Hey everyone, here's a nice little trick in case you are trying to farm up this Midwinter Blight aspect that we get from Gillian, the Shard of Dawn aspect. This one is a pretty powerful effect actually, so it says that you have a 30 seconds downtime and then you have a 12 seconds uptime of a buff that gives you 35% attack speed and 20% movement speed. So I tried this out. First of all, if you have it on the amulet, this movement speed is not buffed, only the attack speed. The numbers don't change otherwise. So this is something that is important to know. But also you can reduce the downtime with the Midwinter Ward. So once you level up your Midwinter Square here by doing the Midwinter Blight event, so you go around here, farm some stuff, you can click on this thing and get a buff that gives you 20% extra damage against all those Midwinter Blight monsters. And this buff is the one that reduces the cooldown on this effect. So this is how you can have basically near permanent uptime for any kind of like farming content, or at least you have like 12 seconds uptime and then maybe a 5 seconds downtime, depending on like how fast you can actually like move through enemies. But this is how this aspect works. I don't think it's necessarily really that great, but it can be decent for farming content. You just have to remember to come back here once an hour to click on the shrine and you have this buff. So even when you go to Nightmare Dungeons or something, you could use this. But of course, as you slow down towards higher end content like Abattoir Osier, or I guess when you die, the buff might drop. And also like for bosses, etc., it's not really such a great tool. So it's just something that's gonna be kind of nice to have while the event is running for like lower end farming content. But there is a nice little trick that you can use that for some reason works. So you can see here that this costs 10 Midwinter proofs. Now the funny part is, if you go to World Tier 1 or World Tier 2, it costs less. So the normal version of the aspect actually only costs half, and I can show this right now. So if I go back here to World Tier 1 and we run back to Gillian, we can buy it for only half the cost. Also the other, the Midwinter Spoil bag goes down in cost. So you see this here, this was I think 8 and now it's 4. But yeah, you see the aspect is 5 now. So that's kind of funny. In case you want to stock up on a few of these, it's much cheaper here. And for the Midwinter Spoils, I tried it out once. It seems like it just gives me like normal items as well, even on a high level character. Not really a good investment. And if you have leftover Midwinter brews, you definitely want to stock up on the Gillian's brew instead. So this is just a nice little trick that I want to share here. I'm not sure why that is. I think that maybe they forgot to update the cost or so on the higher tiers, but this is how it works. So enjoy it while it lasts, and hope you like this video, and see you guys in the next one.